gas cloud is swelling to the size of our own sun. That's the latest alarming report on 3I Atlas, the third interstellar object ever detected. It was already a record breaker, the biggest and fastest visitor from another star system we've ever seen.
This is the third interstellar object, in other words, an object that came from outside the solar system.
But this sudden, massive change has sent a wave of confusion through the scientific community. You see, comets are not supposed to do this. This bizarre behavior is forcing a terrifying question. What in the world did we just let into our solar system? The interstellar intruder. In the vast, silent emptiness of space, our solar system is a tiny, glowing campfire in an endless forest. For all of human history, we've studied the rocks, planets, and comets that were born around our fire, the ones that belong to our cosmic family. But what many people are crazy about right now is the idea of something emerging from the darkness between the trees. On July 1st, 2025, it happened. A telescope system in Chile, appropriately named ATLAS, the Asteroid Terrestrial Impact Last Alert System, spotted something new. It was faint, just another dot moving against the backdrop of distant stars. But the thing nobody tells you is that this dot was moving wrong. It was moving too fast. Astronomers scrambled, pointing telescopes from Hawaii to Arizona at the faint smudge. Within 24 hours, the verdict was in, and it sent a shockwave through the global community of skywatchers. The object, quickly designated 3I Atlas, wasn't from around here. Its trajectory was a hyperbola, a dead giveaway that it was not gravitationally bound to our sun. It was a tourist from another star system, only the third one ever confirmed. The first was the bizarre, cigar-shaped Oumuamua in 2017, which left more questions than answers. The second was 2I Borisov in 2019, a more conventional, albeit still alien comet. But 3I Atlas, to put it mildly, was already different. What many overlooked in those first few hours was its sheer velocity. It was clocked at a mind-bending 130,000 miles per hour. That's fast enough to travel from New York to Los Angeles in just over 1 minute. This incredible speed is evidence of a long, long journey. An object can only get this fast by being kicked around by the gravity of countless stars and nebulas over billions of years, like a cosmic pinball. Some calculations suggest 3I Atlas could be up to 3 billion years older than our own 4.6 billion-year-old solar system. It's an ancient relic from a time before Earth even existed. Then came the question of its size. Initial estimates from the Vera C. Rubin Observatory were staggering. The nucleus, the solid, icy heart of the object, was thought to be around 7 miles wide. This would make it comfortably the largest interstellar object ever seen, dwarfing Oumuamua and Borisov. But then, as the Hubble Space Telescope got a clearer look, the picture got fuzzy. Hubble's data suggested the nucleus was smaller, perhaps only 3.5 miles across at most. This discrepancy was weird. Was it breaking apart, or was something else going on? The real wow factor, however, wasn't just the nucleus. It was the coma, the gigantic cloud of gas and dust boiling off its surface as it neared the sun. A few weeks before the headlines exploded, this coma was measured to be around 435,000 miles in diameter. That's half the diameter of our sun. An object just a few miles wide was generating a gas bubble so large it could almost swallow the star it was visiting. And it was only getting bigger. Astronomers watched, alarmed, as this interstellar ghost swelled in size, its behavior unlike any normal comet. It was putting on a show, and nobody knew why. But not all things are what they seem. This visitor wasn't just big and fast, it was on a strange path. Unlike most comets that dive into the solar system from all sorts of weird angles, 3I Atlas's orbit was almost perfectly flat, aligned with the orbits of Earth, Mars, and the other planets, off by only 5 degrees. The chances of an interstellar wanderer having such a precise alignment are estimated to be as low as 1 in 500. It was like a tourist walking into a busy city and immediately knowing the exact route of the local subway system. It was all a little too perfect, a little too strange. This strange visitor was already breaking all the rules, but what our best telescopes saw next would turn confusion into genuine alarm. Portrait of a foreigner. When you find a message in a bottle that has washed ashore, the first thing you want to know is what's written inside. For astronomers, 3I Atlas was a message in a bottle from another star system, and the James Webb Space Telescope, JWST, was the tool to unseal it. What JWST found inside didn't just add to the mystery, it deepened it in ways no one could have predicted. You see, the light coming from a comet's coma is like a chemical fingerprint. By analyzing it, scientists can tell what the comet is made of. Our solar system's comets are mostly water ice, like dirty snowballs. But 3I Atlas was different. The thing nobody tells you is that it was spewing out enormous amounts of carbon dioxide, or CO2. The ratio of carbon dioxide to water ice was a staggering 8-to-1, one of the highest ever recorded. This hints that wherever 3I Atlas was born, it was a place incredibly rich in CO2 or was exposed to bizarre radiation processes that boiled everything else away. It was a chemical blueprint for a star system completely alien to our own. But the chemical weirdness didn't stop there. Spectrographs detected traces of nickel, but oddly, without the iron that almost always accompanies it in nature. This is strange because such nickel alloys are typically produced industrially here on Earth. On top of that, as it got closer to the sun, it started releasing cyanide in sharply increasing amounts. This wasn't the chemical signature of a simple dirty snowball. This was something far more complex and, frankly, weirder. While JWST was performing a chemical autopsy, the Hubble Space Telescope was taking the most detailed photographs. The images were stunning, showing a teardrop-shaped cocoon of dust. But then observers on the ground noticed something else, something that at first seemed impossible. The object appeared to have an anti-tail. Normally, a comet's tail of dust and gas is pushed away from the sun by solar wind, always pointing away from our star. But for a time, 3I Atlas featured a glow that extended towards the sun. This has never been observed before in a comet. It was as if the wind was blowing from two directions at once. It defied the known physics of comets. What many overlooked in the storm of new data was another bizarre property: its polarization. When sunlight bounces off an object, the light waves can become polarized. The specific polarization of 3I Atlas was, in the words of scientists, unprecedented. It had an extremely deep and narrow negative polarization, a combination of properties that has never been seen in any other comet or asteroid in our solar system. It marked 3I Atlas as a member of a previously unknown population of objects. Each new piece of data was like adding another strange feature to a creature nobody had ever seen before. It was big, fast, flat on its orbit, spewing weird chemicals, sporting an impossible anti-tail, and reflecting light in a way that nothing else does. The evidence was piling up, and it was all pointing to one unsettling conclusion. This was no ordinary visitor. The mountain of strange data left the door wide open for a far more controversial and terrifying explanation. A manufactured object? Science prefers simple, natural explanations. But when an object breaks a half-dozen rules of nature all at once, the door creaks open to more imaginative ideas. And when it comes to 3I Atlas, one of the world's most prominent and controversial astronomers walked right through that door. Avi Loeb, the head of Harvard University's Galileo project, which actively searches for evidence of extraterrestrial intelligence, looked at the data and proposed a hypothesis that sent ripples of excitement and scorn through the scientific world. To put it mildly, he suggested that 3I Atlas might not be a comet at all. It might be an artifact, a piece of alien technology. Loeb pointed to the long list of anomalies: the bizarre orbit, the strange composition, the sheer size, and the incredible speed. He argued that while any one of these could potentially be a natural quirk, having all of them together in one object was highly suspicious. The thing nobody tells you is how he connected this to military strategy. He noted that the object is scheduled to pass behind the sun from our point of view in late October. He pointed out that this would be the perfect time for a probe to perform a hidden maneuver, a reverse solar Oberth maneuver, using the sun's gravity to slow down and enter a bound orbit within our solar system without us being able to see it. It was a tantalizing, and for some, a terrifying thought. Many people are crazy about the idea of alien visitors, and Loeb's hypothesis poured fuel on that fire. He wrote papers and blog posts exploring the possibility that the object was sent here by design. He even went so far as to invoke the dark forest hypothesis, a concept from science fiction which suggests that alien civilizations might exist, but they remain silent and hostile, eliminating any other emerging civilization they find to ensure their own survival. In this dark scenario, 3I Atlas could be a reconnaissance probe, or something worse. He argued that even if the chance was small, the consequences were so massive that we had to consider it. Of course, the mainstream scientific community, including NASA, was quick to push back. Tom Statler, NASA's lead scientist for solar system small bodies, was clear. It looks like a comet. It does comet things. It very, very strongly resembles, in just about every way, the comets that we know. NASA's position is that while 3I Atlas is certainly a weird comet, it's still a comet. They argue that its unusual properties are a priceless opportunity to study the building blocks of another solar system, not a sign of alien intelligence. They see its high CO2 content as a clue to its birth, not its builders. The controversy highlights a fundamental tension in science: the balance between sticking to known facts and being open to paradigm-shifting possibilities. Is 3I Atlas just the strangest piece of nature we've ever seen? Or is it the first clue that we are not alone? While scientists debate, a far more immediate and personal event is on the horizon, one that involves our own planet, a future encounter. So here we are. We're watching a debate between some of the smartest people on the planet about an ancient object from another star that is currently in our backyard. On one side, we have a natural, albeit very strange, comet. On the other, a potential alien messenger. We watch it on our screens, a distant dot causing a stir. But maybe we should be asking a different question. Does all this happen overnight? If this is true, that an object can just show up and rewrite the rules, are we missing a key detail? The thing is, this story isn't just about what's happening now. It's about what's going to happen next. What many overlooked amidst the drama of alien theories and chemical compositions is the trail 3I Atlas is leaving behind. Like any comet, it's shedding a river of dust, gas, and ice as it travels. It's leaving a piece of its alien home system scattered throughout our own. And because of the celestial mechanics of its path and ours, in the year 2026, planet Earth will fly directly through this debris trail. We are going to have a direct physical encounter with the material from this interstellar visitor. What happens then? Nobody knows. At best, it could trigger a spectacular meteor shower, alien shooting stars streaking through our night sky. At worst, the composition is so strange, so unknown, that scientists can't fully predict the interaction with our upper atmosphere. This entire episode forces us to confront how little we truly know. We have Hubble and JWST, the most powerful eyes humanity has ever built. They can see to the edge of the universe, to the dawn of time. Yet an object that is, cosmically speaking, right in front of our face, has managed to baffle us completely. It serves as a profound and humbling reminder that the universe is far stranger than we can imagine. 3I Atlas is a puzzle box delivered to our doorstep, and we're still struggling to figure out the shape of the key. The mystery of 3I Atlas won't be solved anytime soon. It will make its closest approach to the sun, hidden from our view, and then begin its long journey back out into the void, never to return. We will be left with the data, the strange photographs, the unresolved debates, and in 2026, a ghost of its trail to pass through. Is this ancient visitor a natural wonder offering us a glimpse into another solar system, or is it a message we are not yet ready to understand? What do you think is the truth? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more cosmic mysteries.